So we've had a go at the spine lengthening. Now, in the classes, what I've been doing is I've actually had a go at demonstrating how you feel like your legs are lengthening from the base. So I think I described this last week. You know, you lie on a bed, someone holds an ankle or even both at the same time and very gently holds onto your ankles and pulls backwards. Hardly at all. It really doesn't need a lot of pull, and you feel like the joints are undoing. It's a really nice feeling. So our problem here is we've got gravity bearing down and actually squashing our joints. We've got all the joints are being compressed because all the body mass is pushing down through the joints. But we need to have the feeling exactly like you've just done with your arms, opening out, joint, joint, joint. Excuse me. We have to have the same with the hips, pelvis, knees, blah, 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 all the rest of it. So you need to feel like someone is actually pulling your legs out as if you're lying on a bed and on your back and someone's grabbed hold of your ankles and they're actually pulling you down, pulling you out. And as you do it, you allow your knees to bend. So it's very hard to get into the picture of this, but if you can, you really need to have you need to understand the feeling of what it feels like to have your legs pulled out. It makes a huge difference if you know what it feels like. So all I'm going to do is someone is pulling my ankles, they're pulling my joints open. So I'm focusing on my ankle joint. Okay, now they've pulled enough there, so they're keeping on pulling on my ankles, but now I'm focusing on my knee joints being pulled open like that. Okay, I'm letting them bend, that doesn't matter. And now I've stopped the knee joints, and now I'm thinking of the pelvis being pulled open as if these bones that go into those places I showed you on the skeleton, as if they're being pulled away from the socket, pulled out of the socket. As I do it, I do my very slight pelvic tilt, and I consciously allow the spine to grow like the bulb, like the avocado, whatever. Okay, so we're just going to do that. So legs are pulled, and I don't have to think about the spine, but as soon as I start a pelvic tilt, oh, this is starting to move. It's straightening. Oh, it's already up at my shoulders. Oh, it's getting up towards my head, but I'm past my shoulders. I could lift. So as soon as it reaches my shoulder area, between the shoulder blades, even, not even as high as this, these can go up, and I use up here to make that happen because I've got energy in that area. It's almost like, I probably said to you last time, when you blow up a balloon, you got one of those long sausage balloons, yeah? You blow it up, and at first the air's only in the first bit, and gradually the air works down towards the end of the balloon, and it moves. The very end of the balloon moves. We've got the same. There's no difference whatsoever here. So all we're doing is we are going, ankles are pulled, joints opening, knees, joints opening, pelvis. Oh, now my spine's starting to move. It's moving up my spine. Oh, it's just reached my shoulder blades. I'm already there. I keep on allowing the knees to work, the hips and everything. And as soon as I feel it up by my shoulder blades, the balloons of my arms can lift up. Good. And come down again. The next thing that people do, where it can go slightly, it's not exactly wrong, but the area where people forget to release is because you start lifting your arms and noticing what they're doing, you forget to allow the energy to reach basically between the ears where your spine finishes. Fingers into your ears, join them together, just underneath that is where your spine finishes. And therefore your neck goes tight. So we need to make sure the neck doesn't connect, or sorry, not connect, that's not a good word. The neck doesn't contract, squeeze, tense, whatever you like. So someone's grabbing my ankles, they're pulling me down. That's now my ankles, now my knees, I'm conscious of now my pelvis. Oh, here goes the spine. And it's now rising up. Oh, it's at my shoulder blades already. I can start to lift. And I carry it on. Whilst the arms are lifting, I'm up into my neck. I've now got between my ears. So now, because I took it further, whilst I was lifting my arms, it felt as if my whole spine, right up to between the ears from the base, started to lengthen. And I haven't really done a massive pelvic tilt. I've done just enough to get my hands this height. Okay. If I wanted to do a big pelvic tilt, what it's going to mean is I'm going to sit lower. So if I want to sit really low, I feel all this happening, and then I've connected, it's moving up, and I'm sitting low, and this is a bigger pelvic tilt because I'm sitting down much, much, much lower. So it depends how low you want to go. And to be honest, to practice Zhan Zhuang, you do not have to go really low. If you want to build up your leg strength, then it's a very good thing to do to go low, but not at the, depends on your knees, doesn't it? How low you go. But your leg strength will improve and your knees will actually improve as well. Bear in mind that, let me just grab a chair here. Bear in mind that if my thighs are, your thigh muscles are not just in your thighs. Your thigh muscles carry down to the other side of the knee joint. So basically, and this is a bit basic, okay, because some of them are going further than this, but in effect, in order for a joint to work, this area here, the muscles in the calf go to the other side of the joint. The muscles at the top of the joint, above it, go to the other side of the joint. So there's an overlap of muscles coming up onto this side and going down onto this side. We've got an overlap here between the two. And that's how the joints work. And this is not just left and right, this is front and back as well. So, and the kneecap sits on top, hiding a load of muscles that are doing that. So there's an interconnection of muscles. And first of all, when you start doing sitting low, these muscles around where they join the bones on the other on either side here of the knees, they can start to get tired quite quickly. So when you practice this stuff, if you want to practice it and get your leg strength much better, improve it, then what you do is you do a little bit more than is comfortable and then stop. And then you're saying maybe you do that for a week, and then you add another 15 seconds, 20 seconds if you're timing yourself, which is what I always used to do. I would just have a timer on, I would do this for a particular time, and then I'd add a little bit. And adding a minute can take quite a long time, just adding, but 1 minute feels like a hell of a long time sometimes. So that's the way you practice.